Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program in RVA.
On the Mic with Mike, Richmond's premier business radio platform.
Judge how you judges say we going corporate. We just corner boys with the corner office. I'm at the cap table, what the splits is. Not that cap table, boy, we lit this.
Promoting how business can make the community better. No one does it better than Mike King is. On the Mic with Mike. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. That's right. That's who we are here, coming to you from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the epicenter of global social enterprise business. I'm your host, Mike King. You can follow me on the social platforms on the Mic with Mike RV, as well as Mike King Biz. You know what time it is. Friend of the family's back in now. It's Kaisha McCrae. We're trying to grow our perspectives and make them better. That's just a big word, perspectives. But Kaisha, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Mike. I'm glad to be back.
All righty. So now here you are. Tell folks, give us the elevator pitch, who you are and what you do.
Yes, so I'm Kaisha McCrae, and I'm the owner of Growing Perspectives Career Consulting, where we support and specialize in supporting early and mid-career professionals grow in their careers, grow their leadership skills, and transition successfully in their careers.
All righty. So we're coming to a period now, influx. A lot of things happen with the economy. People losing jobs and all those things. What are the streets saying to you now?
Yes, so I'm definitely hearing what you just said, Mike, that there are some downsizing occurring, layoffs happening in different industries, and it's still a good time to look for that job that you might be interested in. It's still a good time to be proactive. I like to use that word with my clients, with people in the market and the industry. Just be proactive, because you never know when the next opportunity will come, as well as you never know when you might need to pivot, you might need to change.
But that change is proactive, but you have to be prepared. You have to start laying the groundwork. You just can't all of a sudden up and say, alrighty, I want to change. You have to start doing some things to get ready. So let's talk about a person in their 20s who is looking, they want to make a change. When you're 20s, what does that change look like? Late 20s.
Late 20s. So it can look different for each person. I would say that, depending on the industry that they're in, depending on their expertise as well in their late 20s. But that also can look like across the board. It can look like networking. It can look like finding out, what do you really enjoy? What do you want to do next? And you have enough experience at that age and at that based on your background to go in based on what you already know, present that to who you're networking with, and let them know what you're interested in pursuing next. So those would be my first steps. Network with people you know that's doing what you might be interested in. Explore what you would like to do. Get more information and go ahead and start exploring those different options.
Okay, so that's a person in their 20s.
Yes.
Mid to late 30s. Where are we at now?
Mid to late 30s. If you have been in your industry for several years, you have a pretty good standing on the market, what's out there. So networking, again, is critical for you at that stage. Reach out to people you already know in your network. Let them know what you're interested in doing next, and go ahead and pursue those next opportunities, and build on your strengths, build on your experience, and go ahead and start applying.
So at that point, you're starting to build some credibility in the marketplace. Okay, mid 40s.
Mid 40s. So it can look differently for different people at that stage. I pause because some people in their mid 40s, if they have been at a role for maybe 15 years, 20 years, and now they want to pivot, that can be intimidating.
Yeah, I've been going to the same place, doing the same thing, even though it's changed somewhat.
Yes.
For 20 years.
Yes. For that person, I want to ask them to take the time to think about, what do you enjoy where you are, and what do you want to do? take an inventory of your skill set. Over those 15 years, your skill set should be very strong. Take the time to look at your resume, update it, make sure it's current, and then start to see what transferable skills do you have from where you are that can take you to where you want to be, and network and start to apply.
Alrighty, person in their 50s.
So, person in their 50s, I think it's very similar to the 40s. For the 50s, I'm going to encourage you to lean in on your transferable skills. Tap into your network. You know more people than you may realize at this point.
Yes.
And leverage it. Leverage your skills. Leverage your contacts. Start applying.
On the mic, Mike, ESPN Richmond, Kaisha McCray. We got to go away for a moment. We'll be right back. On the mic with Mike. On the mic with Mike King back. Kaisha McCray here with us. Ma'am, so you have an exciting event coming up.
Yes, I do. So I'm hosting a Women in Leadership Retreat on Saturday, January 7th. And it will be at the Fairfield Inn in Midlothian on Pinata Drive.
Shout out to our man, Robbie Patel.
Absolutely.
Keeping it in the family.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. Shout out to the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce. We got a good friend who just walked in. Tom Childry is here with us. He is one of the members of that awesome organization as well. Talk about what people can. Now, we've had some of your participants came in from.
Yes.
Can you let somebody in for me? All righty. So, all right. So we had Jan on before. We had some people come in, talk about what they had gotten from it before. Let's talk about what people can expect.
Yes. So you can expect to have a wonderful time to relax, unwind, meet other women leaders, really focus on you, focus on yourself, as well as in the afternoon, we'll be focusing on your goals for 2023. And we'll talk about any professional or personal needs you need to address as well.
So the scuttlebutt on the street was talking about when you guys had the event before, you kind of kicked it off with, what was it, yoga?
Absolutely.
And all of a sudden people are, see, I hear things. Hey, I'm just a man of the people. I just hear things. And they said it started off with yoga. It started off with yoga, and that was to make folks feel comfortable.
Yes, and very centered. I mean, yoga was fantastic. Our guide, Barbara, earlier this year did a wonderful job just helping us get centered.
Oh, Barbara came in with us.
Barbara came in with us.
Yes.
So it was just wonderful as a way to relax, unwind, and center yourself.
Okay, alrighty. So let's talk about what people can expect and get from the event.
Yes. So one thing there's several things, but one is definitely space and time to really focus on yourself, your development, your goals for the new year. We also have a panel, in addition to kicking off everything with a yoga guide again, is that we'll have a panel on wellness. And we have Dr. Zelda Johnson, and she practices family medicine. So she's going to give us insight from the medical perspective with your body. And then we have Leah Lyons, and she's a professional in HR, and she owns an HR company. So she's going to also give us insights about how to manage stress, how to address conflict. And we talk about conflict personally and professionally. So you'll get a chance to grow on how to take better care of yourself from our panel. And then we'll also have someone come in to give us insights around personal branding, which is so important for us in our careers. And then we'll wrap up the afternoon with planning for the new year.
There you go.
Your goals.
Kaisha McCray, Growing Perspectives, newly minted Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce Board of Director.
Yes.
Ballin'. Okay, so one of the things that we always talk about is work-life balance. Men are a little bit easier to handle that thing. I've been accused of that. Whereas a lot of times women, you guys got a lot of hats. You wear a lot of hats. And so I was somewhere, and this lady was talking about her. Oh, you were at Dr. Danny's event when the lady was talking about her husband, the amount of hats he wears. And she's like, he's a fine gentleman. Fine. He may wear two hats. You know, he does the work thing and he does the dad thing and the thing. Me and other women, on the other hand, wear a whole bunch of hats. A whole bunch of hats. And so I think that one of the things is you guys have to find that balance because it's all work. Then, it's not just all work, whether it is, the kids are here doing that. Dad can be in the house and not know. I was there every day and there's stuff I didn't know. Like, I didn't have a clue. Like, there was that undercurrent of information that I wasn't in the mix to get. When this will be something where you guys are able to help women with the work-life balance, because it can be tricky.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes what you just said, with all the hats that we wear, sometimes we forget to put our mask on first, because we're supporting a lot of other people.
We've
a
had
lot
that
of
conversation before. I didn't get that.
Yes.
Like, put your mask on first. When being a medic in the Army, I was just like, you start helping people, but they're saying if you are not good working with self-care,
then you're not going to be there for others, and you can't be there for yourself. And you deserve to be there for yourself. So we deserve to be there for ourselves so we can recharge and that we can give our best. But we need time to step away and focus on ourselves. Put our mask on.
Kaisha McCray here on the mic with Mike. So you put out your videos on a regular basis.
Yes.
How can people find you out there?
Absolutely. So the videos are on LinkedIn every week. So you can find me under Kaisha McCray on LinkedIn. You also can find me on Facebook, our Facebook business page for Growing Perspectives, and you can find us on our website. So you can email me directly at kaisha@growingperspectives.com.
There you go. As I always say, you have anything else you want to leave our listeners? Because I know you come buttoned up. And I've talked to some of your friends, and I asked them, the ones who are engineers. I'm like, when I had the engineers said, it's not like, there could be some shenanigans with me and some other people, but when I get the engineers and kind of buttoned up, because, you guys make sure things are running smoothly.
The only thing that I would add, and I thank Mike for that, my background is engineering. I would just invite you to follow me on LinkedIn, follow me on Facebook. And if you have questions about the upcoming retreat, you can send me a message on LinkedIn and follow us, and we would love to hear from you. And that's all I have, Mike.
That's all I have. Well, really quickly. So, so that we got, this is the coolest gig going around. So we got Tom Childry in the house. We got Jennifer Case in the house from the, you're not on mic yet, but are you guys still the Down Syndrome Association? No, you're not. That's why you're here. Okay, so we're going to talk to Jennifer in a minute. Tom Childry, could you come on around real quickly? We're going to talk. No, you weren't. Hold up a second. We're going to talk about the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce. You're over here, man. No, you're just going to stand. People never know what they're getting into when they show up here. All right, so on the mic with Mike. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, look who it is. A man, Tom Childry, back in the building.
Good morning, y'all.
He's been gone. He's been gone so long, he went to the wrong floor. We left the light on for you. I'm just messing with you, man. Thank you. All right, Tom Childry, as well as Kaisha, you guys are proud members of the Chesterfield Chamber. Talk about why that's important.
Go ahead. I'll let Tom start and I'll chime in.
The Chesterfield Chamber is important because it helps local businesses keep in touch with the community and with the local government. And in my role as a business advocate, I've been to almost every chamber in the state of Virginia, and Chesterfield Chamber is by far the most active and gets the most things actually done. I've been a member for a little over 5 years, and I'm just finishing up my 3-year term as a member of the board of directors to make room for Kaisha to step in. But it's an honor to be able to serve on an organization that serves so many different members of the community, from our nonprofits to our for-profits, and helping those businesses that are not profitable now, but they want to be, so we can help them grow their business and identify the right customers and get them introduced. So we're all in this together, and Chesterfield Chamber's been a great home.
There you go.
No, I actually want to chime in. Tom was one of the first people that I met when I was new to the chamber.
Shocking.
So I just wanted to put that plug in. The power of the chamber has been the way for new businesses, new business owners to really connect with other established businesses. Everything Tom mentioned, I definitely support. It is a very supportive and welcoming organization that gives you the tools, the resources, the connections to help you grow and to help your business be successful.
Shout out to Danielle and her team over at the Chesterfield Chamber. This week is a big week. It's what is it? The state of the county. Dr. Casey's coming in.
Dr. Casey on Wednesday.
And that's so the monthly lunches are a big deal.
Absolutely.
You see, I mean, it is a who's who. Everybody's out there, and it helps you understand chambers are not just big, old, and stuffy.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that sometimes people have in the back of their mind, well, the pandemic had an effect on the attendance at the lunches. But prior to the pandemic, they were getting 275 to 300 people. Now it's probably, closer to 200. So it's growing back as far as attendance.
Okay.
But the beauty of the chamber is there's so much more that you can get just from coming to a lunch.
I agree. And just to use an example, sometimes at the lunches, of course, you'll meet different people each time you're there. With 200 people, you're going to meet different people, but it also gives you a chance to reconnect with those folks that you might have just seen last month or 2 months ago. And that's really what happened to Tom and I. We just happened to sit at the same table maybe 2 or 3 months in a row. And each time we kept having different conversations. So that helped us strengthen our relationship. So it's a great way to grow relationships with existing contacts and make new contacts.
There you go. On the mic, Mike. Tom is here. Tom, I'm going to talk to you in a few minutes. I'm not going to get your contact info. Kaisha McCray, how can people find you one last time?
Sure. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And you can find me under Kaisha at growingperspectives.com. That's my email. And www.growingperspectives.com is the website.
All right. On the mic, Mike, ESP Richmond. That's where you find us. Make sure you check out and support our sponsors. They help us stay on the air. Because I always say, the microphone ain't free. Plus, my grandkids need stuff. So make sure you guys check us out. On the mic, Mike, thank you for your time. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right,